Good morning, students. In previous video, we talk about the cultural conditions of Mauryans. Today, we shall discuss about the post-Mauryan era. In that, the Kushans were most important. After the death of Ashoka, the weak rulers came to the throne by the weak ruling of and their administration, as well as soon the Mauryan Empire was declined. After that, so many foreigners were occupied the outside or boundaries of the Indian region. In that, Indo-Bactrians were the first, and second Parthians, and third Pahlavas, and fourth Shakas, and next Kushans. In that, Kushans were most prominent and most important rulers who they were ruling after Mauryans empires. Here in this class we shall discuss a brief information about the Kushans and their political history. Okay, students, write down, put the subheading Kushans. Topic is post-Mauryan era. The topic is Kushans. Who were Kushans? Kushans belongs to the Yuchi tribe. Who were Kushans? Kushans belongs to Yuchi tribe. Yuchi was a sect. Who were Yuchi tribe? They came from Central Asia. They were not native people. They came from Central Asia, from the northwest part of India. And here they were settled in 5 areas, and they were known as 5 branches. But the Kujalakad Phases, or first Kad Phases, were united the 5 branches and established a new kingdom, that is Kushan dynasty. Who established Kushan dynasty? Kujalakad Phases, or first Kad Phases established the Kushan dynasty in the year of 45 to 56 CE. After his death, Vimakad Phases was ascended the throne and ruled up to 78 CE. After death of Vimakad Phases, a famous ruler and a great ruler came to the throne and ruled 30 years over, and ruling very gratefully. That is Kanishka. This was most important topic and most important question in the view of annual examination point of view. Write down, students. Here I will explain about the biography of Kanishka. According to historians, Kanishka was ruling between 78 to 102 BC. What is the chronology time of Kanishka? 78 to 102 CE. This was the time period of Kanishka. After the death of Kanishka, the Vimakad Phases, He ascended the throne and he founded a new era in the history of Kushan dynasty. And what is his prominence? He was the greatest ruler in this dynasty. Kanishka was a great ruler in Kushan dynasty. Not only a great ruler, he was a great warrior also. He was a great warrior and he occupied so many regions. He invaded on Pamir Plateau region and he collected from the taxes from Chinese king. And his empire extended from Bhogara to Sindh and Persia to Bihar. His empire was extended from Bhogara in north and Sindh for south and west from Sarsia and east to Bihar. This was the extensive boundaries of the Kanishka's kingdom. And he built a new city. He occupied Kashmir region also and he built a new city, that is Kanishkapura. Kanishkapura was built by Kanishka and he ruled from Purushapura or Peshawar. What is his capital? Purushapura or Peshawar is the capital of Kanishka. Now it is located in Pakistan. Purushapura or Peshawar. Okay, students. Now put the heading service to the Buddhism. What type of service to the Buddhism of the Kanishka? Kanishka reminds us of Ashoka in service of the Buddhism. బౌద్ధ మతానికి చేసినటువంటి సేవలో అశోకునితో సమానమైనటువంటి స్థానం ఇతనికి ఉంటుంది. He was equal to the Ashoka. He reminded the King Ashoka with his service of the spread of Buddhism. He conducted 4th Buddhist Council at Kundalavana. He conducted 4th Buddhist Council held at Kundalavana. Kundalavana, now it is in Kashmir. This council was conducted under the leadership of Vasmitra. He was the president and Ashwagosha was the vice president of 4th Buddhist Council. In this council, the Uyansang says nearly 500 famous Buddhist monks are attend this council. In this council, Kanishka tried to the stuff of the differences between the Buddhist monks. బౌద్ధ మత సన్యాసులలో ఉన్నటువంటి డిఫరెన్సెస్ని, విభేదాలు ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో వాటిని మొత్తం ఆఫ్ చేయడానికి ఇతడు ట్రై చేసిండు, వాటిని రిమూవ్ చేయడానికి ఇతడు ట్రై చేసిండు. In this council, the Mahavibhasha was written. Mahavibhasha was the Vyakhyan of Tripitakas. Tripitakas are the holy books of Buddhism. Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka. These 3 Pitakas are most important and these are the holy books of Buddhism. The Mahavibhasha was written on the 3 Pitakas. It is known as Vyakhyana. Mahavibhasha Vakhyana was written in 4th Buddhist Council. Okay, students. Next, literature. Kanishka was not only a great king and great warrior and a good administrator, but he was also a great poet and scholar, and also he patronized so many poets and scholars. A number of poets and scholars were live in this court. For example, Parshva and Vasmitra. These two persons are a famous personalities of the philosophers during the court of Kanishka. They were living in this court. And also already I says Mahavibhasha was written in 4th Buddhist Council. And Ashwagosha, he was a great poet and a great Buddhist monk. He wrote a great text, that is Buddha Charita. Buddha Charita was written by Ashwagosha. He was also live in the court of King Kanishka. And Charaka. Charaka was a famous scientific person and medical person. He wrote a text, that is Charaka Samhita. Charaka Samhita. This is a medical text. In this text clearly indicate about the diseases. మన మనిషికి వచ్చేటటువంటి అనేక రకాలైనటువంటి వ్యాధులు, వాటి యొక్క నివారణ చర్యలు అవన్నీ కూడా దీంట్లో రాసి పెట్టండి. ఇట్ ఈస్ ట్రాన్స్లేటెడ్ ఇన్ పర్షియన్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఆల్సో. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఎ గ్రేట్ మెడికల్ టెక్స్ట్. దిస్ వాజ్ రిటన్ బై చరక. And Matanga, he was the prime minister of the Kanishka and a great political philosopher. He wrote a political philosophy in that he mentioned various type of theories of political in those days, in the contemporary period. This is a brief information about literature of the Kanishka. And finally, we shall discuss about art and architecture of King Kanishka. King Kanishka built so many stupas and viharas for the shelter of Buddhist monks. Why? Because he followed Buddhism and encouraged Buddhism, and also he service to the spread of Buddhism. That's why he built so many Buddhist constructions in his region, like stupas, aharas, viharas, etc. And during this time, a separate art and sculpture was developed in the region of northwest part, in the surrounding of Gandhara region. That is known as Gandhara art. Gandhara art was most important in the view of very short answer question in the annual examination point of view. What is Gandhara art? Gandhara art was influenced by Greek, Roman and Persia. Why? Because after the decline of Mauryans, so many foreigners were invaded on Indian regions and occupied the regions and ruled for some time. That's why the influence of the ruling of the foreigners like Bactrians, Indo-Bactrians, Parthians and Pallavas, Shakas, their culture also influenced on the Indian region. That's why a new art and sculpture came to existence in the region of Gandhara. That's why the historian says that new art and sculpture system is Gandhara art. This art was Gandhara art was developed in the time of 5th and 6th century, where it is developed in northwest part region, especially the surrounding areas of Gandhara. Now it is Pakistan and Afghanistan border. In that, he described clearly hair in Buddha's ideas. బుద్ధునికి సంబంధించినటువంటి హెయిర్ మొత్తం కూడా క్లియర్గా వాళ్ళు ఇండికేట్ చేసి, అండ్ ఆల్సో రియలిస్టిక్ రిప్రజెంటేషన్ ఆఫ్ హ్యూమన్ ఫిగర్స్ లైక్ హెడ్, ఐస్, లైక్ చీజ్ అండ్ హ్యాండ్స్, and also figure of body. They clearly indicate and realistic representation of various human figures and bhaga, and they are also depicting with the sharp and beautiful features of anatomically diseases. So this art was most important art and architecture of the time of Kanishka. Okay students, this is a brief information about the Kanishka or Kushans. Tomorrow we shall discuss about next unit